Happy Sunday, love bugs. I hope this video finds you well and in amazing health and in your favorite place, home. Do you know that the Bible speaks of our home as if it's to be a place of rest, refuge, and refreshment? We're going to dig right in, but first, if you'd like to join me for this 30-day challenge and decide to do a video to be added to my playlist, leave me a comment below. Also, if you're enjoying this 30-day gratitude journey, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. If you're new here and would like to find daily encouragement on this journey of life, then I would love it if you would subscribe. Don't forget to click that notification bell and turn on all notifications so you can be notified anytime I post a video, go live, share a short, or post on my community wall, which all occurs between 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time daily. Home. If you're watching or listening to this, you probably have a home as defined by Merriam-Webster Dictionary, one's place of residence, a domicile, a house. But there's another kind of home. It's the intangible feeling you get in a location, a sense of peace, joy from loved ones, or an environment where everyone knows they're welcome. Home isn't easy to define, but you know when you're there. I love the way the Bible describes what home should feel like. In Psalms 126:6, it says, "Those who go out weeping, carrying seed to sow, will return with songs of joy, carrying sheaves with them." When we leave our home to go to work, shop, or any other adventure, how do you feel about returning home? Is it a blessing or burden? For me, personally, my home is my safe haven, my safe place, and I've made it such for all of our family. As a homemaker, I always seen it as my rightful duty to make sure the house was clean and orderly when my husband came home from work, even when I also worked. I found great joy in, and still do, providing a clean home for my kids to come home to from their hard day of work or for a visit. Every time my daughter comes over, she yawns. She says there is something about our home that makes her feel tired. I fondly remind her because it's a place she can come to rest. It was always where she could be herself, where she was and still is accepted, loved, and adored. I was a good wife and a mother, and if it weren't for the biblical teachings in my life, I would not have been as good as I was, and I still find ways to improve. For every house is built by someone, but God is the builder of everything. That's found in Hebrews 3:4. Our house was built near 2010. It was built during a time when real estate was in favor of the seller, not the buyer. We had the inkling to move out of our little home that my husband grew up in that was 2 bedrooms, 1 bath. We needed more space and wanted a better neighborhood for our kids to grow up in. Mind you, we didn't move until 2013, but it was this time that God really began pressing into me that I needed to love and care for what I already had been blessed with before He could grant me better. I took on the role of a caretaker of our home and took it up a notch. With that leading from God, I found joy in cleaning, laundry, cooking, and all the other mundane tasks that taking care of a home meant. I did the yard work, not because my husband wouldn't, but I loved it. I loved the mowing, the raking, the cleaning up around the property. My people will live in a peaceful dwelling place, in secure homes, and undisturbed places of rest. That is found in Isaiah 32:18. Moving into the home we have now was the best move for our entire family. It put our kids in a better school district, us in a safer neighborhood, and we made friends that feel like family from neighbors. It felt like we stepped back in time. Our kids could ride their bikes in the neighborhood, and if anything happened, I would hear about it from one of my neighbors. We looked out for each other's kids and had many nights playing poker, shooting pool, watching football games together. There was not a weekend that we were not at someone's house or they at ours. Home is to us our safe haven, and still is today. Jesus knew their thoughts and said to them, "Every kingdom divided against itself will be ruined, and every city or household divided against itself will not stand." That's found in Matthew 12:25. We fought against division, and trust me, sometimes that was a daily battle. But in the end, we always met with compromise, or eventually seen eye to eye. One thing I know for certain is my husband and I taught our kids how to have a loving, lasting relationship. Even through the difficult times in life, my husband was my place where I found the strength to keep going, to keep fighting for what we knew was right for our family. We taught them that having a home, no matter where it is, what condition you find it in, you can make it yours. You can make it cozy, comfortable, clean, and organized. We taught them how to take care of their spaces. Are they the greatest at keeping up their spaces? Well, that's still a work in progress, but they are making great progress. At one point, I was the worst housekeeper. You'd be lucky to find a spot to sit if you came over, because there was always a pile of laundry that needed folding. There were dishes in the sink, and sometimes even the toilet needed to be scrubbed. Until I was convicted to become a caretaker of my home. It was through mentorship from a friend of mine who never realized she was the one I emulated at home, trying to keep my house clean and tidy. I used her cleaning schedule and applied it to my home, creating myself a system that worked for me. Eventually, I got to a place where I could stay on top of it and realized it was all a cinch. The wise woman builds her house, but with her own hands, the foolish one tears hers down. That's found in Proverbs 14:1. When I realized our home was our safe place, it opened up a whole new understanding of my own role as a wife and a mother. I realized that providing a safe haven for my family, I would always have a place that we could all come together, let our hair down, take off our shoes, and just be. I could have struggled, and I did for a while, trust me, with the keeping things looking perfectly clean all the time, with no rest for me or for them. Or I could suck it up, pick my battles, and allow them to come home and just be. I've always wanted home to be, well, home. When I didn't pick my battles and instead battled everyone, I was miserable, the kids were miserable, and my husband was miserable. I don't know about you, but I don't want to live in misery. So I fixed my attitude, and the situation fixed itself. By wisdom, a house is built, and through understanding, it is established. Through knowledge, its rooms are filled with rare and beautiful treasures. That's found in Proverbs 24:3-4. So how do you view your home? Is it built with wisdom and understanding? Are the rooms filled with knowledge and rare, beautiful treasures? Those things cannot be seen or passed down from one family to another unless you yourself and your steps are established in love. See, the rare, beautiful treasures are the memories you make together. The wisdom are the lessons you learned in the process. Those can be taught but cannot be held or even sold. It is a treasure to own such blessings, let alone create them with the ones you love. Do not let your hearts be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in me. My Father's house has many rooms. If that were not so, would I have told you that I was going to prepare a place for you? That's found in John 15:1-2. For when you create a loving, living environment, you are only getting a tiny glimpse of heaven. Some of us are blessed to experience heaven on earth, as we can only fathom what we know. Trust me when I say, even the most loving, elaborate home has nothing compared to what heaven is going to offer. I don't know about you, but I look forward to seeing the room God has picked and planned out for me. I can't even imagine how beautiful it will be. May God continue to bless you in your homes. If you don't feel comfortable in the living space you have, do some inventory in your mind and heart as to why. Are you holding resentment because you think you deserve better? Maybe you should do what I did and put all your love and energy into creating a home out of a house that you dwell in. Being thankful for everything you have, and watch God take your blessings and thankfulness and create an amazing living space for you. It also helps to take care of the space in which you live, as if you're preparing it for Jesus to come visit you. When I realized He was with me every day, that's when my heart softened, and I found a love for our house. That is when it finally became our home. Tell me in the comments which scripture encouraged you the most, and also, what do you love most about the place you call home? I'd love to know. I can't wait to read your comments. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for day 6 of our 30-day gratitude journey. See you then. Bye.